What's up with y'all? I want to make this quick video about something I realized, and this isn't really like a crazy epiphany or anything, but I think it's more so like a perspective to look at if you know you have attachment issues or anything of that sort. But man, everybody's trajectory in life is different, right? And I feel like when you're young, it's something that you have to understand, like picking up. And I think a lot of people generally don't end up picking it up until college. And even then, you still try to be around people that you were around because, at least the way how I view it, is you like to be around your friends because it's like a reflection of you. You like seeing yourself from a different perspective, right? And then some people like, their friends just for, them being different. But for the most part, you start to become who you hang around. So even if not, there's still a part of you that you see within that person. And I was just thinking about it, with like everyone that I used to hang out with. Like I have like no friends now, and it's not something that I'm sad about or like I'm stuck on. But it's still one of those things during my spiritual journey that still amazes me. Like, wow, this shit happened so fast. Like getting on my shit and just elevating, left me to truly just, get away from things. And once you kind of get away from things, you kind of are able to see reflections and shit and see the lessons. And you keep on elevating until you are truly, until you become, you come, I don't know how to explain it. But like I said, I'm not going to try to get too spiritual and shit. But I was just thinking like, a lot of people view them not being with someone as the relationship being done or it just being a negative thing, right? People normally view bad things happening as negative, and yeah, true, it's a bad thing, so I guess you can consider it negative. But there's so many ways to transmute things and to view things. And to be honest with you, one of the epiphanies I had was that the beauty of you not always being around someone and you outgrowing someone is life itself, and it's beauty in itself. Like, it's a beautiful thing. The fact that you and this person had this much chemistry, and I mean, whether good or bad, how it ended, and you guys are now on your separate trajectories. Now you guys are separately going your own paths. And I feel like a lot of people kind of stop the destination that they're supposed to go to within their life because they don't realize everyone has their own trajectory. And I mean, like, in the literal sense, everyone has their own life trajectory, right? Where someone else might not be where this person is going to be. And I find it interesting because a lot of my friends, we always try to plan things so that we all ended up in the same place. And it's so funny. This is why I explained with my universe video. The universe will throw things at you and do things for you. And you'll react the way how you will, and you'll keep on if you keep on suppressing things, things are going to keep on going the way how they will. But there's a destined fate between every line of everything. This is why not everything is meant to be. And when certain things don't go your way or certain things don't happen the way you thought they were, you should just look at it as, okay, well, I guess that just wasn't meant to be. Because literally, you have to realize, in a sense of, especially when it comes to relationships, you have to realize your trajectory in life is very different, especially if you're elevating mentally and physically and spiritually and everything, right? Bro, if you're elevating, where you're going to be is completely different between where your friends are going to be, especially if they're not trying to elevate, because it's just not going to happen. Right? The more you start to elevate, the more you start to realize, the more you start to see everything. And once you're able to see everything, things aren't the same anymore. And it's a beautiful thing, though. It's a beautiful thing. Especially if you're one of the first people, in your group to realize it. It's a beautiful thing. And you kind of come to that realization. You just have to hope they eventually realize it, because even in trajectory, it doesn't mean you'll not end up where that person is at, or you'll never see this person again, or y'all never truly have relations ever again. It just means like y'all are going completely different ways, bro. You know what I mean? The paths y'all are going, and it's insane because you guys can have like similar dreams, and it could still lead you guys like these, right? But it doesn't mean it can't come back like that. And that's not to say hope on that, right? I still think you should be fine with if it doesn't happen, because you have to realize that is a beautiful fucking thing. The fact that you could have so much chemistry with somebody, be this close to somebody, right? And it's so crazy because beforehand, this is why I say every day for me is like a level up, especially because I went outside and started to realize this. Like, every day's a level up because it's like, bro, not too long ago, I was like not like mad at the situation, like, damn, all this time I put into this shit. But it's like when you look at things like that, it's like you never see the beauty and stuff because you're so focused on the time you put into it, when it's like, nigga, time ain't shit, nigga. And where you gonna be is more important than the time you put into something, right? Where you gonna be because of what you're currently doing. To, you know what I mean? I don't know. That might actually sound a little bit fucked up. Not fucked up, but might sound confusing or just don't make sense. But hope you guys understand what I'm saying, right? This is coming from the soul. But yeah, it's a beautiful fucking thing. It's a beautiful thing to have so much chemistry with somebody, have all this time built up with this person, to know this person for so long, to know what it feels like to truly have a friend or girlfriend or, you know what I mean? Whatever the case being. And then y'all going our separate ways. And, you know, like I said, for good or bad, how things ended, it is still a beautiful thing, bro, because, bro, a lot of people don't get out of that. A lot of people don't realize you staying in something, like I said, your destiny, where you're meant to be, is gonna happen regardless what the fuck, anything is gonna, because listen, for a great example, let's say, for example, you don't ever think you're gonna be rich, you're depressed, but you were always meant to get rich, nigga. There's gonna be a situation that happens to you eventually in your life that's gonna fix you up, shaping you up. And I mean, that's if your higher self, really, if you decently tapped in with your higher self, and you know, you push for your ambitions. Like, those are for people that got like ambitions, but you know, they doubt themselves, but they still keep going. If you continuously feeding your lower self and you stay within the lowest and you never you're never, you know, driven to do stuff, it's gonna be hard for you to meet your destiny. You know what I mean? You're kind of, whatever the case being. But yeah, I just find it, it's just beautiful. And even in the aspect of, I was walking down the block and I'm like, wow, there's this girl down the block and I'm like, she's in my eye view where I'm never gonna see this person again. Or, you know, there's a chance I'll never see this person, or trajectories. Like, and it's easier to use like a pedestrian, like someone who's just on the street, than your friend, because you'll be like, what, bro? Like, this is like someone I want to be there for me. But it's like, bro, just like when you see someone on the street, right, and you see them and then they're gone, y'all have two completely trajectories. A lot of people call that shit Saunders, saying people have like their own complex in life and that, but fuck all that, bro. Stop considering what other people got going on in their lives and how complex their life is. Fuck all that, my nigga. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. What you really need to be looking at is the fact that y'all trajectories are just different. You're going home, that person may be going to work. Nigga, you're going to the store, that person's going to the park. Like, fuck the complex that's going on in someone else's brain, right? It doesn't really, and I'm not to say that no one else's life matters. I'm not saying that, right? But I'm saying you on an individual level, right? So this goes to everyone, but I'm saying from your perspective, when you're viewing people, stop considering what the complex and how complicated their life is, bro. Just know, nigga, you're going to the deli, nigga, they're going to go pick up their kid, bro. You feel me? Y'all trajectories are completely different, right? And you kind of have to view that sometimes when it comes down to, you know, your relationships and people that you're around. You know, your trajectories with these people are just completely different. And this video really goes to people that are elevating their consciousness, people that, you know, notice that they're starting to, you know, be different amongst, you know, their friends and their peers and shit like that. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's like I said, it's not like no crazy revelation, but I think a lot of people are scared of, you know, their trajectory being different from their friends, because, you know, they, whatever it is, they want their friend to be by their side, or they want to do it with their friend, but most of the time, it's like when you're doing certain things, and this can go for either side of things, some person might not be ready for what that person is, and that person might be not ready for what that, you feel me? Like, your friend could be having something going on, y'all could both have the trajectory of being famous, for example, but one wants to do fashion, one wants to do music, one is not ready for the fashion, so he's not, you feel me? The trajectories end up being different. But it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing that I was thinking about. But yeah, man, the inspo hit me. I had to make this video. A little bit all over the place, but it is what it is. I miss making videos where I'm just like, where I get the shit straight from the source, bro. I'm out there just like, wait a minute. And honestly, it's like a level up in my brain, because it made me really like go, wow, like, nah, that shit is beautiful. That shit is beautiful, bro. It's almost just like when you're watching a movie and these two characters that were cool, like they do a time jump, and then these two dudes are not cool no more. They never like talk, even though it seemed like these two dudes were gonna be best friends for their whole life. That's a great example for like trajectories are just different. You know, things happen in certain people's lives that change how they are and how they will move and where they're gonna end up going. Right? You have to realize, and you can almost view this shit like car engines. Like some people start to realize, like, damn, I'm just cruising, when if I really want to get to where I want to be, I can, you know, pep up the pace some more. And, you know, some people just realize, some people just stick in the mode where they're just cruising, you know, and they never realize, well, I'm kind of just cruising through shit where I'm in a car. I could really, you know, amp this up. I don't know. I'm saying bullshit at this point, but I hope you guys enjoy this video. Bro, I'm about to drop Avatar on my Patreon as a show. It's gonna be $3 a month for that, but I'm about to also start Dragon Ball The Bridge on here, so I'm looking kind of happy, because I'm watching Dragon Ball right now, and I just finished the Cell games, and I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball Bridge only goes up to Cell games. So I'm like, I might as well start Dragon Ball Bridge now. I was gonna wait until I finish Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, but I'm like, nah, it's gonna take a bit of time. But listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have been taking care of yourself, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Shit has been a little tough in terms of just, you know, I'm good. My well-being is amazing. But, you know, just in terms of, you know, not getting caught up in the Matrix. You know, I've been bullshitting a little bit. But I'm getting back on my shit, boy. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I'm about to get right. And, you know what I mean? We about to go up with this YouTube shit, bro. Fucking, we about to hit 100 subs. So we going crazy. Shout out to Amy. Shout out to Quinn. I love you. Make sure you take care of yourself again. Remember, health is wealth, and you can always do more for yourself than you can for others, man. I'm out. Peace.